One take, one take. This is NBA One Take featuring yours truly, Pretty Boy Lakers. This is NBA One Take for your head, NBA One Take for your brain. You're coming to you live from my home. This is NBA One Take, May 13th, 2000. The Knicks. My God. The Knicks, the Knicks, the Knicks, the Knicks. The New York Knicks winning game 4 to go up 3-1 on the defending champ Boston Celtics. The Garden shook outside the Garden in the little the area where they have all the fans on the big screen shaking. The city is on fire. Like this is, you could just see the post. You could see it's crazy in New York. It's crazy out here. It's crazy in New York, especially in the city. It's different. This is different. I mean, this is huge. This is different. This is different. And this was the Knicks was down, and this is something. Let me just say, Jayson Tatum was injured. All right, a non-contact injury. Most likely, I thought it was like a bone thing, but then people are saying Achilles, and then I think most likely it's going to be his Achilles. He's going to be done for this season and probably most of next season. If it's an Achilles, his next season is over for him too. And that's gonna be extremely huge. And he was really getting it going. He had 42 and 8, right? But then you hear people saying, well, you know what, Tatum was doing things, but you know what? What had them up was Derek White and guys. And when it was like Tatum, did they say he kind of shot his team into losing this game? There's certain things I've seen Tatum do, which a lot of diehard Celtics fans will always say on podcasts or message me, or I see on forums like, oh man, why does Tatum do a lot of unnecessary things where he could just play straight up, but he wants to do Kobe like things, and it's because his relationship with Kobe Bryant is one thing he cherished the most in the times he spent with Kobe. Kobe helped him, with footwork and certain things like that, years ago. Now, so that Tatum thing is out there. Jalen Brown had 20 and Derek White had 23, but Derek White was really on fire. And then after that, he just wasn't giving the ball, and it's concerning with that. Um, Celtics is still shooting at a high space. Chris Porzingis is just not. He's just. I don't want to hear about the thing. I told people. I said, no, this is not his series. This is not. This is not going to be a series for him at all. They may just target him, and I saw at points they did target him. So we'll see. We have to see. But the Knicks right now is on fire. Jalen Brunson, my God, possibly going to be MVP this playoffs. 39 and 12. Karl Anthony Towns 23 and 11. Miles Bridges, Mikael Bridges had 23, and OG Anunoby with 20. When those guys is like that, you cannot beat this Knicks. You can't. Knicks storm back to get this win. The fans is going absolutely ape shit. And then with Tatum out, they're gonna go back to Boston. Boston can win the next game, but I just don't see this group coming back 3-1 to beat the Knicks. I feel the Knicks is going to go to the next round, to most likely going to face the Indiana Pacers, and the Knicks have this momentum going. They was beaten in game 3. They didn't like how they was beaten in game 3. It looks like it was going to be a repeat in game 4, but they came back to get the win. Jayson Tatum get injured. The Knicks is in a position to close this out in game 5. And we will have to see, but I feel the Knicks will win in 5 games. I think they're going to be there to beat them. They're going to be there to beat them and to beat them. I think Missoula may do certain other things, play certain other players. I don't know. Maybe the home crowd could do something, but Tatum is done, and losing him, your best player, and Jaylen Brown is not still hurt, and you know you got Holiday. I don't know. It's too much. I think it's too much for them to overcome. If the Knicks come out aggressive and do certain things, we'll see. But it's going to be. I feel the Knicks is going to be able to get this done in 5 games. All right, and the next game of the night, Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Golden State Warriors. Game 4. This was just not in the cards for the Warriors. Like it was just not working. You know, it was just testy, and the Wolves was able to win again in Golden State, going up 3-1, and you see a picture of Steph visibly just concerned and a little disappointed. Um, just him not being out there to help his team. It's because Ant Man is being relentless. They're taking care of business. They're not thinking about, oh, he playing. No, they're not doing that. They see what's in front of them and they're doing that. He had 30. And Julius Randle 31. Jaden McDaniels 10 and 13. They're taking care of business. Finch he has them in the position to get back to the conference finals, and they're just not. This is just, man. This Wolves, man. I mean, my God. To the point during the season, I was talking about the Timberwolves. Like, man, you guys at 500, and I said, you guys at 500, man. Ant-Man might want to get the hell up out of there. To turn this season around to be in a position where you're at now, it's telling about coaching, players. Anthony Edwards stepping up as the clear leader of the team, and this has a recipe of somewhat of being a championship team, and possibly going to the finals. Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green both with 14 points, but it was Jonathan Kuminga led all scores with 23. Warriors got a lot of questions to ask because I don't know you're gonna go back. You're gonna go back to Minnesota in Game 5. They're gonna look to close you out in their home, Steph or no Steph, because most likely Steph is not still gonna be out. They said 3 and 4, but most likely it's going to be a between a day between the day of the game evaluation, if he can go or not. Yeah, he's shooting and doing things, but he can't run. He got to be able to run full speed with no lingering after effects. And if he has any lingering after effects, that's with the pad and everything on him. They're in trouble, real trouble. And I don't think Jimmy Butler or these guys can get it done. And I'll be talking about, I think most likely my next video of the Warriors be talking about, that's it. They're done. All right. NBA news. Okay. The NBA draft lottery. All right. Let me just tell you I'm gonna go from 14 to 1. Spurs at 14. The Atlanta Hawks at 13, the Bulls at 12, the Blazers at 11. Mm-hmm. But the Blazers, and also keynote, the Blazers are officially going to be selling their team. But the ownership, they're not going to be selling the Seahawks. Something I already said years ago. Yeah, the Rockets at 10, the Raptors at 9, the Nets at 8, the Pelicans at 7, the Wizards at 6, the Jazz at 5, the Hornets at 4, the Sixers at 3, Spurs is at 2, and the Mavericks is at number 1. Now, the Mavericks' chance to win the lottery was 3%. And you already know the fans clearly said rigged. Rigged. You're giving the Mavs the lottery, for which everyone knows is going to be a generational talent in Cooper Flag, because you guys lost Luka Doncic in a trade where it just, on paper and almost every other way, it did not make sense to do. And now they saying the league rewarded them with giving them Cooper Flag. Uh, and there's a lot of things going on after that, possibly they're trading. They're going to probably trade the pick to have to bring in other pieces to go with the timeline of Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis timeline when it comes to possibly competing for a championship. Because if you get Cooper Flag, yeah, you're going to have veterans, but it doesn't make you a championship contender. It makes you the play-in situation that you are. Now, if you trade the pick and you can get a superstar in return because of Cooper Flag and also some other assets you can get, you could flip your whole team around. Even though Kyrie won't be back till after the All Star break with the torn ACL, you guys could be in a position to do some real damage because they still got a capable squad. So we will definitely see that. But that draft thing was crazy to hear that Dallas Mavericks was at one. That raised a lot of flags, and we've seen that. We've seen that. Seen it with Derrick Rose. We've seen it with the Pelicans. We've seen it with the Cavs winning. The Cavs winning three number one picks in a 4 year span after LeBron left, and they saying that damn near the Cleveland you know the financial thing with a lot of the places around the Quicken Loans Arena was they was losing because of the LeBron leaving. So giving them all those draft picks and giving them the number one picks, which none of them really panned out except for Kyrie Irving, um, was kind of helped them in the interim, even when LeBron returned. So you got those kind of controversies, but I understand there's certain things. I don't know. I mean, I don't get really into it. I like to hear these things, but I'll see what the Dallas Mavericks going to do. Most likely they're going to draft. There's going to be inquiries, but we'll see. I mean, there's going to be a lot of inquiries about what are they doing. But what their first thing they said, oh, we're not trading the pick. Yeah. But this is NBA One Takes Pretty Boy Laker, and I'm out.